We have another report of concern still on the home front. It is confirmed that journalist and TV commentator Elvis Tayong has been kidnapped at Buea Gate, Buea, on the evening of Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024. The Buea-based journalist and Dash FM station manager Joseph Wino said about 6 Colonial police officers bundled him into a pickup without offering any explanation whatsoever. The exact destination where he was dragged to is still a secret to his colleagues.
Popularly called the Kangaroo Man, Elvis has been vocal in recent political television programs that he has featured, including on My Media Prime TV, where he sternly blasted the nonagenarian Buea colonial governance system. In addition to his critical media engagement, Elvis is also a member of the CRM opposition political party of Prof. Maurice Kamcho, who has been vocal against dictator President Buea's 41-year rule. Though earlier rumor holds that kidnapped is not linked to his political and media engagements, the La Republic of Cameroon has a long history of cracking down on opposition voices and political activists. All these restrictions on freedoms of expression and associations have increased before next year's colonial presidential election, according to Human Rights Watch. Among moves widely criticized by opposition leaders and human rights organizations are the arbitrary kidnap and detention of activists Junior Ngombe and Ramon Kota earlier this year by the colonial regime. These two spoke the truth that the colonial regime considered a crime. Ngombe was released on bail last month, and Kota, who was kidnapped and ferried from Gabon, is still behind bars.
Well, the kidnapping of journalist Elvis Tayong highlights yet another alarming instance of the increasing clampdown on freedom of expression and political dissent by the colonial regime. His abduction, coming just months before the upcoming colonial presidential elections, underscores the broader pattern of repression by the regime of President Buea, who had ruled for over 4 decades. While the regime's history of targeting political activists and opposition voices, as seen in the arbitrary detentions of figures like Junior Ngombe and Ramon Kota, it reflects a strategy aimed at silencing criticism and maintaining control. While as the region braces for more politically charged events, the fate of Elvis remains uncertain. A stark reminder of the dangers faced by those who dare to speak out against the system. His colleagues, opposition members, and human rights organizations now call for his immediate release, while the continued persecution of journalists and activists casts a very dark shadow over the history of free speech in the Cameroons. Without international intervention and sustained pressure, such actions may become increasingly normalized as it has been for the past decades, further stifling the voices of those who stand for justice and freedom, which is one of many reasons Ambazonians continue to fight for their complete freedom.